All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Portland Lumberjacks. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
We're going to start. 58, come on. Down to lose one. Waiting.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. To throw is Darnold. On the screen, this is Coleman. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen get when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Marino sets up. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Marino to throw. And for right side here, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That throw by Marino, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again is Marino. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. 1st down, Marino. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. This is Coleman with the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back end.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Darnold now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. On first down, here's Breida. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now they'll throw it with Marino. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Down. 8, read. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Hyde, third and goal. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and Leo. Safety's creeping.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. They run for it with Breida, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Hey, Charlie!
Throwing again on second down. Darnold completes it to Coleman. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they are going for it. Darnold, blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check. He's checking. Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Third and 2, Darnold. And he's got Snead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. On first down, it's Darnold. This one complete to Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, Darnold. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Marino. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the ring. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Carson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to be.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Marino. And Marino cannot get away. He goes down. Gerald McCoy. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
10-2, son. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Little Mike, 52. Hey, wahoo.
Now Marino operating with 3rd and long. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready. Send Lobo. Watch the run. Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Marino. He's going to fire one deep over them into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off by Dante Hightower. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They were looking for Johnson that time. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Darnold. It's complete to Snead. And he's got this down to the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They run it with Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. They run again with Carson. Finding room inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 16 yards, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Marino will look to throw on first. Got a man. It's Brown. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They run with Burrito. A little juke. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Marino. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Brown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now it's Darnold. He's going to launch it for Washington. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Go, go, go. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll try to run with Breida. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Now it's Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll try and throw forward Marino. And, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. A quick throw complete to Washington. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Tight end's right. 4 down. And 80. 4 down. 47.
Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And here we go on 4th. Darnold, he finds Coleman. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Throwing again is Darnold. He'll have a first down inside the 10. James has got it. Complete. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. It's caught by Coleman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in the Rose City of Portland, Oregon. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Darnold on third and goal. This is Coleman with a grab. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
Hey, Orbit.
Darnold to throw again. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much. Because
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he will score. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Darnold. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. To throw again on second down. Darnold completes it to Coleman. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, Darnold. Snead's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. On first down, it's Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To the air again, Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Darnold. On the screen, this is Coleman. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Darnold. And he's got Snead. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 16, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Here's Darnold. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
X3, 218, chop it. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 99. Check 99.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Look at me. Zipper.
Marino off of play action. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Marino, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Marino. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This will be fielded at the 17. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score, Upper Jacks 42, Thunderbirds 16. Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Oh,
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Washington's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now it's Darnold. And now here is another interception. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson, he's got a first down and more past the 30. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. On first down, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Portland, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm